So, Tom, I have a couple of questions here, and this is along the lines of what we would call unified supplier collaboration. Can you shed light on SourceDay's approach to this and its significance for manufacturers?
Absolutely. And to be quite honest, unified supplier collaboration is something that we made up as a leadership team here at SourceDay last year as we were really relaunching what I've called internally SourceDay 2.0. And it's really our next iteration of innovation and really listening to our customers over the last 7 years and understanding how we can be even better at driving excellence and change management to really make them more competitive as it comes to supply chain and delivering their products to their customers. So unified supplier collaboration may mean nothing to most people, but we're going to make it mean something in our industry over time. Which is not an easy task, but the approach that we take is significant in that all manufacturers have really significant challenges. There's been many quotes from manufacturing leaders and saying how difficult manufacturing actually is, and some saying that establishing and building and creating a product may be the easiest part, and then actually creating repeatable, cost-efficient manufacturing processes is really where the challenge comes in. And part of those challenges are that they rely on suppliers that are outside of their four walls for on-time, in-full delivery of parts, just as an example. All manufacturers have a capacity maximum, right? You can run machines, at a maximum of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can work as many shifts as you have people, but you may have downtime with breakage of machines and equipment or people, environmental, other factors. But the most common factor is generally just a missing component, whether it's a strategic critical part or a commodity that just didn't show up when your systems and ERP and demand inventory projected it to be there. And our significant approach and importance to manufacturers is we give them greater automation, collaboration, and visibility with their suppliers across 100% of their components to ensure they know what parts down to a penny screw or nut or bolt are going to impact their business before it happens.
Interesting. Well, a couple of follow-up questions for you on that, Tom. How exactly does SourceDay ensure 100% PO delivery while maintaining supplier flexibility? How do you do that just kind of strategically or functionally within your product?
Great question. And this is a kind of culmination of what I mentioned earlier of 7 years of hundreds of customers and tens of thousands of suppliers in our network supplying to our customers the components. And last year, as we went to go build our product roadmap and strategy, we spoke to our customers, as I mentioned, and learned that even with SourceDay pre-Unified Supplier Collaboration, or what I call SourceDay 2.0, there were always some subset of suppliers that would refuse to use what is better known as a portal, which SourceDay can sometimes be dubbed. And the adoption of portals for us was pretty high. We were able to get anywhere from 50 to 100% of suppliers for our customers to adopt and log in and use the platform. And that created a problem for the buyers that use and pay for SourceDay, where they still had to live outside of SourceDay for some subset of their suppliers. And for us as an organization striving for excellence and giving our customers a single process and really the ultimate ROI in what they're paying for our platform, we needed to give them a single process to automate the tactical day-to-day activities that buyers have to do and eliminate their ability to do strategic activities because of that. So we have now been, due to our tight integrations with the ERPs and the demand engines that really generate the purchase order demand for their direct material components that keep their operations, shop floor production running at full capacity, we've now integrated so deeply that we are able to give 100% PO automation delivery across all of their new POs, changes to purchase orders, which are critical. They can mean expedites to PO lines and parts, push outs and cancellations that impact cash flow and working capital, or other changes on part numbers, revisions, and otherwise. Those changes are where buyers spend most of their time manually running reports, manually parsing them, and manually emailing and chasing suppliers down. We fully automate that through the life cycle of a purchase order with confidence that a buyer can now see a supplier has opened the PO, has downloaded the PO, has taken action to the PO, and really not even requiring a supplier to log into SourceDay or even create an account.
Well, interesting. Tom, the answer to this next question may be a bit self-evident, but I'd like you to provide your answer to our listeners, if you would. But what would you say, why is real-time collaboration between buyers and suppliers critical for direct material PO changes?
It's, as you mentioned, right, it's pretty evident. But the reality is, as I mentioned, a penny part, or what they call the golden screw scenario, can eliminate and stop
Right.
your production dead in its track, right?
Yeah.
You can buy all the automation systems in the world, ERPs, SourceDays, and all the technology for logistics, last mile freight visibility, TMS, planning, demand, anything you can imagine. You can buy all the systems and tools in the world. But if you don't have real-time visibility and collaboration with automation, so that not even a human can accidentally forget to send an update or accept a change from a supplier, gets missed, that collaboration is the most critical component to ensure your suppliers have an opportunity or a chance to even meet your demand. Many times, a buyer will forget to send the PO when they get it, and now your lead time is shrinking. Or they forget to send a change to an expedite, the lead time is shrinking. Or they forget to accept or reject and collaborate on a proposed change from a supplier. All of those changes are shrinking your ability to meet the demand driven by your ERP, which drives production. So critical collaboration among all parts, not just critical parts, but every part, is a requirement to have maximum capacity as a manufacturer.
Yeah, great answer, great insight. And Tom, I want to circle back to what you mentioned earlier about integration and this idea of the portal. And I know SourceDay integrates well with many ERPs, but how does SourceDay adapt to the various supplier interaction methods for seamless communication? Can you dig a little bit deeper for our listeners into what exactly does that mean? What does that look like? How do you ensure that seamless communication?
Yes, this is critical to our customers' success. And as I mentioned previously, SourceDay required suppliers to create an account, log in. In some cases, we would have to train them for customers that had questions or support issues. That was very rare, but it still was an extra step for a supplier. So our goal and what we accomplish now gives suppliers a seamless platform that doesn't require training, doesn't require account creation, doesn't require them to really even step outside of their normal course of business, to your point. And so seamless communication for them may mean I'm a supplier that gets 1 or 2 POs from this customer per quarter or per month or per year. And I really don't want to adopt new technology, but I do want to give my customer the needed feedback on delivery and changes or misses there might be. So a customer supplier can now just simply respond to the email we capture, have natural language recognition, and are able to put those supplier responses in front of the customer in a single platform so that they can then accept or reject the changes as if it was already done for them. In addition to that, again, a supplier doesn't have to create an account. A supplier can simply select acknowledge or propose change from the emails we send that allows them in a seamless user interface portal from a web page to quickly and easily propose a date change, a split line, a price change. These really allow a supplier to not have to have any training, not really change much, but give a quick, proactive response to a customer. Our usual bulk import of data from suppliers that have more volume, more capacity, more technological advancements, they can push data into our platform. They can also pull very sophisticated reporting and analytics and predictive data as a user that logs into our platform. And most recently, we're announcing this month in January of 2024, a partnership with SPS Commerce that will allow the largest suppliers or suppliers that are already EDI enabled to integrate to our platform on the supplier side and fully automate order processing, acknowledgement, changes, all the way through to shipment and invoicing.